Hey guys, it's Courtney and I am in a little bit of a pickle because it looks like a rodent may have gotten out into the shop. And I said I'm in a pickle rather than we're in a pickle because it's my fault. I'm the one who does all the stuff with the rodents. I'm the one who feeds the snakes. I'm the one who takes the rodents and puts them in clean enclosures when Steven and I are cleaning things out. So really the only way for one of them to have gotten out is me not paying attention and them getting out of the enclosure before I put the lid back on. So I'm going to show you guys why I believe a rodent probably got out of their enclosure. So this is not the first thing to have happened, but this is what kind of sealed the deal for me. This notebook that we use for, notes is all chewed up, and unless my 4-month-old has grown some teeth, I don't know who else would be chewing on things around here. In addition to that, if you look under this was our first incubator. It's like a small fridge that we have some heat tape and everything in. There is chewed up food and just trash up under here, and there isn't usually. So I'm thinking that somebody is out of their enclosure. I did say that isn't the first thing that happened. I will show you the first thing that happened. The other day we were cleaning out our tubs, and we obviously take them all the way out to clean. We put them over on the table. When Steven took this one out over here, there was rodent feed all up in there. And my first reaction was that if a rodent was out, it was my fault, so I didn't want a rodent to be out. And I told Steven that maybe we bumped into something and the feed flung all over the rack and ended up in between tubs. Thing is, we did clean that up and it's back. So pretty positive we've got a rodent on the loose in our shop. So I guess the next steps for me is to find the little guy. We don't want him chewing through any wires. Obviously, we don't want to risk any eggs in the incubator losing heat, and we don't want to lose any of our lighting equipment or anything. So we really need to find him. I'd really like to avoid using glue traps because at the moment we don't have a good way to euthanize an animal if they were to get onto a glue trap, and I don't really know what to do other than pour vegetable oil on them to get them off. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to have to do that, especially because it's got to be an ASF that's out, and with those being considered invasive, I would really like for it to not get out of the shop, but I don't necessarily want it to stay in here. So we gotta find the guy first. I'm gonna look behind everything. Obviously I've already done that and I haven't found him. I did that immediately. I've looked in, we have stuff down here, like boxes that we keep stuff in. I've looked in all of those. I've looked behind all the racks. I've looked behind the incubators. I've looked everywhere I can think of. So I don't know where he is, but hopefully he hasn't gotten outside yet. All right, guys, Steven found out. The little guy started chewing on the floor and on the drywall of the door, and Steven found out. We're gonna see, since we can't find him, if we can at least catch him. Found him. It's been another 2 days since Steven found the wall eaten, and guess where he is? Hey, little guy. I need you to come home. I was just checking to see if there was more food back there, if he had revisited his old stomping grounds, I guess, and he was in fact back there. Luckily he came forward as I was filming. I don't know why he didn't run and hide, but out of the doghouse. I'm gonna show this to Steven. he doesn't know I've recorded any of this. So this is my little victory. That was actually a male in one of our grow out colonies that we've started. They haven't started producing yet, but we're growing him up to breed. And generally we have a pretty strict no breakout policy for our rodents. They go away if they ever get out of their enclosures, because they're smart and they go back and tell their friends how they did it. But it's not easy to start colonies with ASFs, so we're gonna put him back in with his lady friends, and hopefully they don't get in any fights. We'll keep an eye on them. They seem fine so far. So yeah, he's back where he belongs, and hopefully that never happens again. I'm gonna be a lot more careful in the future, because he chewed up our door and he chewed up my notebook and all that stuff. So keep an eye on your rodents. They are crafty devils.